Hey, I'm Alexander Stevens, sorry, and I'm gonna be this is my reaction to the Body Ritual Among the Necromia by Horace Miller. My bad. Minor really made me reflect on some of our weird everyday practices, especially when it comes to beauty and health. On the surface, the Necromia people's rituals like scraping their faces with sharp tools or baking their heads in ovens seem completely bizarre. But as Minor reveals, these so-called primitive rituals actually are exaggerated descriptions of things that Americans do every day. The holy mouth men are dentists, the temples are hospitals, and the body-obsessed rituals reflect our culture's extreme focus on appearance and wellness. What really stood out to me was how we're conditioned to endure discomfort, pain, even a little bit of humiliation in the name of health and beauty. Just like the Necromia do in their temple ceremonies, it's like our society normalizes suffering through things like extreme beauty standards, cosmetic procedures, and wellness trends. Minor satire really made me think about how we follow these rituals mindlessly just because they're part of the culture without stopping to question if they're actually helping us or doing us any good. It's a reminder that some things we consider normal seem absolutely crazy when viewed from a different perspective. Something that that our culture does that would probably look crazy to an outside perspective is our influencer culture and how we idealize their lifestyles, and and so these people with like high follower accounts or a lot of fame on the internet, we will adopt things from their lifestyles and stuff, and even though their lives are like highly polished, staged stuff, and these Instagram, TikTok, YouTubers, like it's all you've crafted. It's not actually them, like their life, and we'll find ourselves trying to mimic or liking or consuming in their products. From an outside perspective, these people, like I said, they obviously have a highly stylized life that is fully staged, and causes us to try to compare our lives to theirs, even though their life isn't actually as glamorous as it looks in these videos or posts and stuff. And sometimes you'll catch people people worshiping these influencers as people did priests. This communication pattern is very deeply sewed into our American ideals of consumerism, individualism, and capitalism. At its core, it's about personal branding, and each individual can market themselves as a unique product or unique lifestyle or whatever like that. It aligns with the U.S. cultural value of success through like hard work and like self-promotion. The idea that anyone can rise to fame or wealth by creating a brand around their personality is a very American notion of the self-made individual. In reference to how influencers have changed our society in the recent history, is so you could probably just break it up into like three parts. Pre-social media era and stuff like that, where like the only way that you could like get celebrity endorsements or stuff like that was through TV, radio, and stuff like that, where celebrity was hired by brands, and they tried to get consumers to follow said idea that was conveyed in the commercial. It was one-way interaction, however, and celebrities communicated to passive audiences. Then, when you hit the 2000s, 2010s, you had YouTube and MySpace. People would have their own like stuff like that. Have their own stuff up on the internet, and the rise of personal vlogging and allowed anyone to become a micro celebrity. And the idea of self-promotion, which was covered last thing, was emerging, and made it possible for individuals to connect with followers directly and promote what they believe in, and then get comments back, and then comment on the next video, maybe like that. And then the 2010s to now, with the rise of Instagram, TikTok, everything else like that, even Snapchat a little bit, influencers began to build a business around their brands. They built their own brands from brands paying them to show their product, which still happens. It's just they now have their own brands and can like make their own products, as in like Prime by KSI and Logan Paul, or like Lunchly by Mr. Beast and stuff like that, where they have their own brands now and it's strong. Or like makeup by like makeup influencers and stuff. They can make their own stuff like that. But they create content that felt more personal but still highly selective to people, and sponsored posts became a huge source of income for these people, and are like the primary thing of modern marketing. Today, authenticity is key, with audience preferring influencers who are real and unfiltered. Micro-influencers, smaller but like more engaged followings and stuff, have gained traction. These influencers now use the platforms for social activism, raising awareness for social issues. In conclusion, influencer culture has evolved from traditional celebrity endorsements and was way more interactive, accessible, and in a diverse space. It's shaped by American ideas of entrepreneurship, individualism, and consumerism and capitalism, with technology enabling it to build a personal brand and connect directly with audiences. The evolution of influencer culture has both benefits and detriments. On the positive side, its shift towards authenticity and individual expression has empowered many people to build businesses and pursue opportunities. Platforms like Instagram and TikTok allow anyone to share their voice, gain a following, and promoting diversity of ideas and representation that weren't possible in traditional media. As Dr. Alice Marwick, a researcher on digital culture, explains, influencers have democratized fame and given rise to new forms of social capital, Marwick 2015. However, there are also detrimental effects. The rise of materialism, consumerism, amplified by influencers, promote unrealistic lifestyles, reinforcing shallow standards of beauty, wealth, and physical and stuff like that, can create a toxic culture of comparison and insecurity, which lead to depression amongst particularly younger audiences. As Dr. Jean Twenge, a psychologist and author of iGen, points out, social media has contributed to higher rates of anxiety and depression, especially among teens, because the constant need for validation can lead to unhealthy self-worth. Twenge, 2017. In my conclusion, while influencer culture has opened up new opportunities for people for self-expression and entrepreneurship, it also reinforces materialism and capitalism in America to a worse degree, and can contribute to mental health issues, making it a complex phenomenon with both positive and negative cultural impacts.